him also. So we're gonna welcome Dan Doré.
All right, Dan.
Hey! Hello, Dan. How are you?
Fantastic. Thank you.
Well.
Yeah.
I would love for the audience to really get to know you. You're a successful real estate investor with over 2 decades of investing, founder of Dore Property Management, and helping part-time or full-time investors manage their rental properties. And when I think about decades, that's a lot of work there.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a great experience and great results for all the clients you've been with. So I would love for the audience to get to know you. What in fact you're bringing to the Wealth Mastery?
Yeah. I've first of all, I've part of the private investment club, and I hired Sunil
Amazing.
as a high-end mentor this year, and he did not disappoint. Right?
I love that.
So he did not disappoint. I have to say, and I tell my friends, I tell people, I'm like, yeah, I mean, this is, I'm learning a lot of stuff.
Thank you.
And the Wealth Mastery is interesting. I love these events, but I've always been a spectator. And Sunil had encouraged me to become a speaker. And so, it was always uncomfortable for me to even consider doing that. But this is me conquering that and coming in. And it helps the fact that, Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad,
Big.
Poor Dad, he's one of the guest speakers. And, I credit Robert's book for changing the trajectory of my life.
Wow.
When I read that book when I was younger, so this was like a match for
Perfect.
made in heaven for this. So yeah, I'm quite happy to be part of it.
It's just like somebody gave me, and I read that book in a police cruiser at night when I was at night shift, and I read that book, and it changed my life. Same thing happened to him, so that's awesome.
It had changed my life also.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote a book that I talk about his cash flow quadrant.
I love that book.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
that book.
yeah.
the
Yes.
cash
So,
flow quadrant.
in fact, we're seeing people transform their lives because perhaps they took the chance.
Yes.
And I think that's something we have to encourage people today. Take the chance to go online to Wealth Mastery / Sagas de Éxito. We're going to leave the link again, like I
Yes.
said.
Yes.
And sign up. It's free. What can you tell people? It's free, Dan.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of these. I've been part of these for years, and to be closer into the to the event itself, I encourage everybody to come in. Like I enjoy these. You learn, and every time you come in, there's certain things that you gravitate to. Some of the stuff it doesn't resonate with you, and some of the stuff you say, I heard that before, but they said it in a different way, and all of a sudden, it's like, it just clicks. Right. So
Only one word. It's
Yeah.
what really people have or need to really change their lives.
That's right.
So I love being with these people here with Sunil and Dan.
Well, Dan he's been doing it for 20 years as a real estate investor. He's very humble, but he's very successful real estate investor. He owns one of the top property management companies in Ottawa, which is very, very important. So if you are wanting to learn, how do you get the right property managers, how to take care of your properties, how to do that in 2021, this guy knows, and he's going to be talking about that.
You name it. You see?
Thank you.
Because you know what? One of the things I know people need the most these days is how diversify their money, and real estate is all about. That's what Robert Kiyosaki teaches. That's what you teach with your private investment club. That's what you teach with your perhaps your license and everything you do. And I think that's why people make such a difference, because they diversify their funds. They don't put everything in one basket. And then what can you tell people about that today?
Yeah.
Precisely in this pandemic time.
Yeah, I think the pandemic is unfortunate because it disrupts a lot of what we do, but it allows us to refocus. And sometimes what happens is you read books, you see things, and we tend to overcomplicate things. But there's a lot of very basic things that you can do, and it's self-responsibility, and when you have your finances in play and you compound over years, then, you get a lot more choices. I tell my kids, more money, more choices. Less money, less choices.
I
It's
agree
as
with
simple as
you.
that. Yep.
Y me gustaría dejarles saber lo que dice Dan. Un momento, Dan, en español ahora.
No problem.
Okay.
Good. That's awesome.
Bueno, Dan es un gran inversionista, por supuesto. Él trabaja en la parte de real estate, en lo que es bienes y raíces. Ayuda a las personas que tienen propiedades y quieren rentarla para tener la persona calificada que vaya a rentar ese lugar. Por supuesto, también enseña a las personas cómo mejor diversificar su dinero, si quieren realmente hacer una buena inversión en lo que es bienes y raíces. Y por supuesto está aliado con Sunil en lo que es el Private Investment Club. De eso vamos a estar hablando un poquito más, así que quédense en casa. Yo podría decir que esto no es casualidad, que realmente esto pasa porque son personas que se han alineado en un mismo hilo. Ellos están buscando precisamente ayudar a otros y ayudarse a sí mismos. Hoy en día, si no estás queriendo cambiar tu pensamiento, lamentablemente, difícilmente podrás salir del estado en donde estás. Ahora, si quieres convertir cosas en extraordinarias, vas a tener que invertir tiempo. El tiempo es el mayor valor que tiene el ser humano, pero de por sí, el tiempo va a darte a ti una educación con el Wealth Mastering Conference. Por eso es que está aquí Dan, quien va a estar también como speaker, como un orador, quien ha también transformado su vida trabajando al lado de Sunil como mentor, los dos ambos unidos, y ahora con Robert Kiyosaki y Robin G. Allen. ¿Qué más ustedes quieren? Simplemente tienen que asistir, pueden ir a Wealth Mastery, la barrita de al lado, sagas de éxito. Vamos a estar hablando de eso, por supuesto. Bueno, this is very, very nice. I love because as I'm talking to you, I'm enjoying. This is powerful. This is powerhouse tonight.
Thank you.
Is that
Thank
how you feel?
Oh yeah, we love doing this.
I just love being here in your studio with you, Rosemary. I know you're serving the community all over the world, you know,
Yes.
and this listening to you today just gave me a little idea. I'm like, how do I get Rosemary to do Spanish translation of Wealth Mastery so then people all over the world can, you know, learn?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
like awesome. You know,
Yeah.
so if you live in a country where you speak Spanish, you know, let us know that you want us, and if you need the translation and all that, just tell us what you need, and maybe we'll do that.
Yeah.
Ok, voy a decirlo en español ahora.
She's got a
Sunil-
job she didn't know.
No lo sabía. I didn't know. Dice Sunil que está pensando que bueno, que ahora que yo estoy hablando ambos idiomas, puedo ayudar a muchas personas precisamente a que la voz de todos ellos sea compartida al mundo y que también entiendan lo que se habla. Así que bueno, pues tendremos más noticias nuevamente, por supuesto. Bueno. So, Dan, I would love to ask a question that maybe perhaps one of the people in the audience or many people may be wondering. If you were to change the world today, that's kind of hard, but not that. No, I don't think it's that
It's doable.
difficult.
Rosemary, it's doable. Yeah.
It's doable.
Yeah.
You know what? Because I think one of the things people need the most are ideas. Sometimes people, they have so many ideas, but they don't have the tools. They don't know where to go. They don't know who to grab. What can you tell to the people today? You want to change the world? What tools can they use?
Well, I think it starts with you.
Exactly right.
Self-responsibility. That's number one. You can want to change everybody, but the reality, it starts here. That's number one. And number two, I think financial education is something that's been lacking. It's quite terrible because you get a pandemic and then within a few weeks, all of a sudden it's chaos. That's not normal. That's not normal. It shouldn't be that way. So I think financial education, but looking at ourselves, number one, before starting to want to change everything, if everybody looks at it from an internal perspective and then get educated on some very basic things that you can change and compound.
Compound. I
on
love
those
that.
decisions. And I think that is
Wow.
that's where it starts.
So, Sunil,
Yeah.
now that you have created this wealth mastery and that we're talking about compounding, what can the audience can expect when they go sign up for free and get to know you, Robert Kiyosaki, Robert J. Allen, Nadir, and perhaps
Nader
Dan?
Terhani's there, Dan Doré is there. we also have two wonderful, beautiful
The ladies. Who
Uh,
they're going to be interviewed here.
yes.
Yeah, wait for that because it's coming next on December. I don't know the date.
December 2nd, I think.
December 2nd, yes.
They're coming.
I was going to say it can be in the same day.
Yeah. So we got of course the main purpose of Wealth Mastery is we have 2021 coming. People are going to plan. They're going to wonder. They're going to write their New Year's goals. And what I want people to do is understand this. There's going to be a possible crash coming, and we're talking about economic. We're talking about real estate. We're talking about some tough times for some people, and this is globally we're talking about. And we're in Canada right now, but we're talking about globally. And what I'm talking about is that most people during the crash, they tend to lose a lot of money. In fact, they lose their life savings, they lose their businesses, they lose their real estate. But then there are some people, they actually make so much more money that they have never made.
Because they were taught how to do it. Also.
Not really necessarily worked hard, but they knew what to do.
No, they were taught.
They were taught.
Yeah,
yes.
yes.
Yeah, it says
Yeah, it is.
they were taught, and they did things differently, and they followed people who are successful.
Exactly right. Because one of the things that people can bring in themselves is duplicate someone else with their behavior, right?
That's right. So you do what the successful people are doing. I mean, Dan Doré just a few months ago never thought he was going to be a speaker, but he's like, wait a minute, I have a lot of knowledge. I can help a lot of people. And today he's sitting beside me, being interviewed, and then on December 5th, he's going to be sharing stage with one of the hero, right?
Yeah, wow.
This is interesting. So Dan knows this is doable, so he's doing something different. So what I'm saying to you is that when I tell people that there's a big real estate crash coming, most people think that I mean that as a bad thing.
Nah.
It
no,
is.
It is in somehow. If you look at it that, yeah, maybe you lose your work or what you're doing. But if you innovate already, or if you're doing something already before this happened as investments, you're ahead of the game.
Yeah, and if you know what you're doing and you follow and surround yourself with the right mentors, what happens, and teachers and the books, what happens is that you can either be part of the people who lose money, or you can be part of people who are going to get lots of money. And I keep saying this. Robert Kiyosaki, when I met him in Japan, he told me in private conversation before he said that on YouTube, he said that he made more money in 2008 and 2009 when the crash occurred than his entire life.
I believe that. You can see even, what's his name? Also, oh my gosh, I forgot the name.
Sunil Tulsiani.
I love it. Right there. You know what? Sometimes, yeah, this has to happen.
We're just playing, of course. We were having fun. Mary, you're awesome. But the main thing is this: Dan Doré and the people that I've selected to speak at the event. Not only the superstars, but these are people who are not teachers. But these are people who
doers.
Yeah.
I love that.
They are in the trenches doing stuff, and now you learn from people who are doing. This is very, very important.
Wow.
Whether it's Nader, whether it's Jitinder, it's Fanny, all these speakers are doers, and then they teach.
For sure. You cannot teach something you don't have or belong.
Yes.
Definitely no.
Yep.
And I love talking about this because I think people may wonder, okay, but how long is this Wealth Mastery on December 5th? Is that a whole day? What are the hours?
I don't know.
How's going to be the lunches then? Are we going to see all the speakers, that day? How would these be?
Yeah. It's a full day event, and it starts at 10:30. People are going to log on at 10 o'clock. And Rosemary, what happens is we're going to have a certain number of people allowed for Zoom, and it's 1,000 people for the tickets that we're giving away. And what happens is we're going to have maybe 2,000 or 3,000 people register. The reason for that is that we know a certain number of people who register don't show up. So what happens is, even though this starts at 10:30, 10 o'clock is what people are going to come in. Because if we went for full and people try to come after, it won't come. They won't be able to come in.
No, for sure. You know, people who does things and who are action makers, they take it quickly. They go and say, I want this.
Yeah, but they need to come on time. But I'm just saying,
Also.
to come on time. So it starts at 10:30 and we finish at 5:30. It's basically a full day, less than a full day event, and you're going to see everybody there at the event. And what you're going to find is this: at that event, it is absolutely completely different than most people have attended. None of the speakers are selling anything.
I love that.
They're
I was
going
going to ask you that.
They're going to give value. They're going to give value.
Oh, that's
Now,
amazing.
now, let's say later on you say to yourself, "Hey, I want to work with Dan. I want to do something with Dan, or I want to buy his book, or I want to do something like." Please go support them,
Sure.
of course. But we are there to support you on December 5th, because the 2021 can be the best year of your life.
I believe it. I
Yes.
believe it. I do have some comments here
Okay.
that I would like to say. Son español.
Español. Español.
Español. Dice Dori Valdivia. Son excelentes conferencistas. Escritores son bestseller. So she says they're excellent speakers and best-selling authors.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. And we have Sabrina Coronel who says good night. We have some good thoughts.
Thumbs up?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And we
Yeah, let's give them thumbs up.
definitely, you know. This is a conversation that a lot of people may think about these days. Where can I reach it? Where can I get it? It's difficult sometimes to really get that in a place where people are meeting up or people are having, let's say, a conversation as normal. This is what's happening here. We brought the amazing speaker, Sunil Tulsiani. We brought Dan Doré, and we're going to have Nader Tirani very, very soon, so just away. And like I said to you, please share, comment, and like. And one of the things I would love to finish with you, Dan, just to give the opportunity to also Nader, who's coming next, it's if you were to go today and register as any other person, not as a speaker, but as any other person who wants to get to know you, what is the first thing that person will think? Why I'm doing this?
Interesting. I would say you want to pick the brain of somebody who's doing it, right? I think that's what I did.
That's
When I reached out to Sunil, when I reach out to people, I'm curious about what they did, and you're trying to either learn from them. Their success leaves clues. It's you're trying to learn from people who do it. So I think that's a big thing.
So there's always a first action, take it, and then reaction. That's
right.
what it is, and
Yeah.
that's why we're here.
Yeah.
So I would love for everybody to please congratulate these amazing speakers by going, please, by going and register.
Yes.
Today is a day that can change your life. One day, myself, I had to come to terms and say, okay, I want to have a better life for my family. I want to change people's lives. But like you said at the beginning, if I don't change myself, either I can change nobody. So you have the opportunity. You know what to do. We're going to have Nadir Terharini in very, very short minutes. And I love for you to also, please, if you're watching today, go and get to let people know. Go and have those friends that you have and get the word out. Don't leave it on yourself only. It will be very selfish, right?
Sharing is good.
Yep. And
Sharing
do it
is
now.
good.
Register now.
And it's caring.
Yeah. Register now.
I don't know if there's a link there right now, but soon if we're able to put a link, that would be awesome.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
So register as soon as you have the link, because don't put it off to another day. Don't say I'm going to do it someday. We don't want to do that. We want to do it now. And whenever Rosemary is able to do that on the link, please register, share with people that you think want to be successful, they want to be wealthy, they want to bring income, they want to bring positive cash flow, and they're wondering what's going to happen in 2021. Can you still make money in real estate? Can you raise money? Can you do it if you don't have a good credit? How do you do these kind of things? That's why I brought the top speakers: Robert Allen, Robert Kiyosaki, Kevin Harrington, and
Dan Doré.
Dan Doré, Nader Tarani, Jitendra Singh, and Fannie Newport, and so we're all here to include what is being done in 2020, 2021, not what we were doing 5, 10, 20 years ago, but what's going to be happening now in 2021. And to get a guy like Dan Doré, to pick his brain, we should be paying thousands of dollars for that, but I've been able to do that because my relationship with such a wonderful people